Since the new year has begun, I want to talk about the upcoming films of 2023 that I am personally excited to watch. Mind you, this list isn't at all a ranking of the films in terms of excitement level, but just me sharing my appreciation and anticipation through this video. Starting off the list is Ari Aster's return to the big screen with the initially titled Disappointment Boulevard, now changed to Beau is Afraid, where he's collaborating with Joaquin Phoenix, and my favorite director Martin Scorsese's return to cinema after 4 years with the exciting Killers of the Flower Moon, where he's working with his most frequent collaborators Leo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro, among many others, along with Michael Mann's Ferrari, Wes Anderson's Asteroid City, Poor Things by one of my favorite directors, Yorgos Lanthimos. And there is, of course, the sequel to Mani Ratnam's magnum opus Ponniyin Selvan Part 2, David Fincher's The Killer, and Ridley Scott's Napoleon. Then we have John Wick 4. The John Wick series is one of my favorite action franchises of all time. They have excellent stories, but I think the primary reason to watch them is because of the excellent action sequences and seeing how they innovate and what they come up with. The cinematography looks absolutely breathtaking with strong colors making their presence felt and giving the film a real atmosphere. The world building looks more expansive as I feel you're gonna get a deeper look into the underworld and how it functions. And the action too looks right on the money, ranging from car chases to hand combat to axe fights to stairwell fights to sword fights to gunfights and to sword and gunfights at the same time. I mean, come on. This film is going to be a thrilling ride in the movies, and I hope it lives up to its immense expectations. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I used to be a huge MCU fan, but now I'm liking very few of their recent projects. But the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are in a completely different league of their own. I'm immensely excited to see what happens in Volume 3, primarily because the two volumes before it really made me fall in love with the characters and their overall family dynamic. That's what these films are really about, family, and finding family in the most unexpected places and within the most unexpected people. These films are filled with personality and color and heart and have the power to emotionally resonate with you. James Gunn has a flair for the weird and the odd, and it only makes everything more charming. From what I saw in the Volume 3 trailer, some parts of it, visually speaking, remind me of the dull and grey look of most Marvel projects, which I hope isn't the case because Volume 2 was extremely colorful and vibrant. And according to Gunn, he's going to focus a lot on Rocket's backstory, which I'm excited to see. And one of the main characters is definitely going to die, and I'm intrigued to see how they incorporated Gamora after her death. Plus, I cannot wait to see how Gunn includes needle drops because he is a master among many other popular filmmakers at using needle drops. But primarily, I'm just happy to see these characters have grown to love and care about return for one final adventure. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I'm a huge fan of Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, so of course I'd be terribly excited for a new Indiana Jones movie. Sure, it's not directed by Steven Spielberg himself, but James Mangold is an extremely capable filmmaker with spectacular films under his belt. The trailer gives us so much, yet makes us ask so many questions such as how are the Nazis back? Which era is this film set in? Why do we see a young version of Indy? While still retaining the feeling of the franchise, Mangold gets Spielberg action and the thrill of watching such a spectacle unfold, and still has the prowess of the visual comedy amidst such action sequences. Hearing John Williams' iconic score was nostalgic for me, and knowing that this is probably his last score for a movie only makes this film more special. It's honestly a miracle that Harrison Ford is continuing to make an action movie at 80. But Jones is really one of the few characters that Ford really cares about, and you can feel it. I honestly cannot wait to see what adventure Indiana Jones has in store for us this time. Barbie. Now, I know it sounds odd, but I'm actually really hyped for Barbie, mainly due to three names: Greta Gerwig, Margot Robbie, and Ryan Gosling. Gerwig is one of the finest filmmakers working today with masterpieces like Lady Bird and Little Women under her belt. And it sounds absolutely ridiculous that she's making a Barbie movie. But that is right up my alley. The 2001 parody trailer was absolute gold. only providing us that we are in the safe hands of a master filmmaker who knows exactly what she is doing. I have no clue what this movie is really about, but I sure as hell know that it's going to be a great movie. Somehow, Gerwig will probably make it an absolutely bonkers yet personal story, and honestly, I cannot wait to see how she pulls off a Barbie movie. Dune Part 2. Denis Villeneuve absolutely blew me away with his last film Dune, with the extensive world building, meticulous filmmaking, and brilliant use of visual and practical effects. And knowing that they're currently shooting the sequel makes me so excited to see how they follow up on Paul's journey to power and the inclusion of the several other characters. I cannot wait to see how the world building continues to expand and how they're going to conclude this story. In Denis Villeneuve we trust, and I can expect him to make yet another great film. Oppenheimer. Christopher Nolan is back with yet another film, and Oppenheimer is about the physicist Robert Oppenheimer, played by Cillian Murphy, and the construction of the atomic bomb, which is an extremely interesting subject matter for Nolan to tackle. The spellbinding and almost transcendental feeling the visuals make us feel are not at all to be ignored, but I feel like the real heart of the trailer comes from the absolute look of horror on Murphy's face as he realizes what they have built. That gives it the much needed human element. Hoyt van Hoytema's beautiful cinematography makes for some of the best looking shots. This is Hoytema's fourth collaboration with Nolan, and they make for an excellent director cinematographer pair. I would have killed to be able to see this trailer on an IMAX screen because it looks absolutely breathtaking. I cannot wait to see what Nolan has to bring us next. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Mission Impossible Fallout is one of, if not the best action film of all time, in my opinion. Tom Cruise and director Christopher McQuarrie are an actor-director duo that I felt were perfect, especially for an action movie, and seeing them return for not just one but two more Mission Impossible movies is exactly what I want to see. Obviously, there will be tons of action, a dense and complex plot with world ending stakes, but the reason I am terribly excited is the reason everyone is excited for any Tom Cruise movie, and that is to see him perform deadly stunts practically. The whole making of video of how Cruise performed that bike stunt practically is absolutely stunning, and is the primary reason why we watch any Mission Impossible or pretty much any Tom Cruise movie. It's about commitment. Cruise and Macquarie want to give you the best, most thrilling cinematic experience possible, and they have the tools to achieve it, and they do it. They're committed to making what they're showing convincing and believable. It's about vision and conviction and what you believe in, and doing it in the best possible way that's right for your movie. Plus, Cruise is hitting home run after home run with Top Gun Maverick and now this. And don't forget, we're getting two of these, which only doubles my excitement for what an absolute thrill ride this is going to be. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse was an experience I will never forget. Sony came out of nowhere and put out one of, if not the best comic book movie ever made, with a whole new outstanding animation style and a deeply personal coming-of-age story about growing up and accepting responsibility while maintaining the core ethics of why Spider-Man works and why he resonates with so many people. And the idea of a sequel might seem like a cash grab, but knowing the talent and capability of the makers behind it, I know that I am in safe hands. I'm expecting for it to be a great sequel, going bigger and better, expanding the multiverse as we see the thousands of other Spider-Men and women, which looks exciting as hell, but the reason I have a feeling this movie will be great is the deep-rooted emotional connection with Miles and his mother. That, I feel, will be the central core of this film, grounding it in human emotion and relatability, despite the large multiversal universe-ending stakes that might surround the exterior plot. Hearing that score and seeing these beloved characters again just gives me goosebumps every time, seeing how they push the envelope of animation while also telling a grounded human story, and how they tell an essential Spider-Man story that pushes the characters forward from their previous movie and takes them in new and interesting directions, is what makes Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse my most anticipated movie of 2023. So yeah, that's the list. I know I said it's not a ranking, it's not, but Spider-Verse does come number one in terms of my excitement level. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to comment down below what all films you are excited for from 2023. I might have missed out a few. I will probably catch up with them in the comments, but this is the video. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. I know you get to hear this all the time, but it really supports the channel and I really need it. And yeah, if you like what you saw, make sure to go watch the other videos and short films that are on this channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.